Hello everybody, this is Misty and we are going to read How Much Can a Bear Bear Bear? This is by Brian Cleary and we're going to be talking about homonyms and homophones. Yes, this is a little bit about grammar. One of the things that we're going to explore today is homonyms. Homonyms are tricky words that sound the same, but they have very different meanings. And so I want you to think about all of those things and some themes that we're going to talk about is when we are reading some stories, sometimes we laugh because they're kind of funny, but we need to learn that sometimes laughter and learning go hand in hand. And this will help you build your vocabulary and help you so that you're exploring different language with words. I'm just so excited for you. I really am. I want you to think of just 2 questions before we start reading. What do you think the word homonym means? And I just told you before, so maybe you might have to stop the video and go back and listen again. And can you think of 2 words that sound the same but mean different things? So let's get reading. How much can a bear bear bear? Let's go to the other side. And this says homonyms. 2 or more words that are pronounced the same, and they're spelled the same, but they have different meanings. And a homophone are 2 or more words that are pronounced the same, but have different spellings and different meanings. Oh, I'm excited. Homonyms are words that sound and also look alike, but they have different meanings, as in, can you pass that can, Mike? Or, may I sail with you in May and coast all along the coast? These words are a blast if you say them quite fast. Like, why don't we toast with some toast? That's so cute. So toast is when they're clinking the toast together, and the other toast is the piece of bread. A light may be light, like a small paper kite. A trunk can be found in a trunk. There we go. An inchworm or snail could scale a scale. A lean cut could lean on a skunk. Oh, I made a mistake again. I just have to catch myself, don't I? A lean cat could lean on a skunk. Lean here means putting his arm on there and leaning on the skunk. And the lean cat means he's skinny. But punch cannot punch, and at breakfast or lunch. Your jam cannot jam on a trumpet. So your jam, like the jam you would put on a piece of toast, cannot jam on a trumpet, which means to play the music. A bowl cannot bowl, but a roll might just roll if it's not made as flat as a crumpet. Oh, there's some big words in here, but this is kind of cool. And I can read this really quick because you're going to find out there's some rhyming words. But punch cannot punch, and at breakfast or lunch, your jam cannot jam on a trumpet. A bowl cannot bowl, but a roll might just roll if it's not made as flat as a crumpet. There, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to try it again, okay? Now, some words sound identical, but are spelled in different ways. These words are known as homophones, like praise, praise, and praise. They sound the same, but they're all spelled different. Though homophones have matching sounds, their meanings aren't the same. And there isn't any question they're as fun as any game. There and there isn't any question means it's not a question. And there, with the apostrophe, is short for they are. A bee can bee, a flea can flee, a burrow can burrow a hole. A horse can get hoarse from talking, of course. A ewe could take you on a stroll. A fowl can be foul, a toad can be toad, an air mustn't air in the air. A whale can wail, a male can mail, a pear might just pear a big pear. Oh, my goodness sakes. A bus can be bussed by a driver you trust, and Barry can bury a berry. A band could be banned if they get out of hand, and Mary, who's Mary, can marry. But the sea cannot see, and it's clear as can be that a ball will not ball when it's rolled. A moose has no use for a bottle of mousse, and a creek doesn't creak when it's old. But a bear should be bare, and it wouldn't be rare if wood would be kept in a shed. A Sioux might not sue if he knew that the new that he bought wasn't new, like you said. Wow, there's some big words here. My niece could see Greece, both in Greece and in Nice. A Czech could be writing a check. A maid could be made to be very afraid when she heard a big herd on the deck. Oh, you could search the whole world while it spun and it whirled, in each inn and beneath every stone, and you'll find no more pleasures than these great verbal treasures, the homonym and homophone. So yes, these are a little bit bigger words sometimes, but that's why you can read this with an adult, a grown-up, or even an older brother or sister or any relative. So what are homonyms and homophones? Do you know? I think you do. I think you do now. So I am hoping that you had fun and that you learned a little bit about a homonym and a homophone. And if you want, you can always listen to this again. Thank you so much for reading along with me. Bye-bye from Miss D.